back to my channel and welcome to the vlog. This is going to be kind of a multifaceted vlog. I think what I'm going to do is we'll talk about books, life in general, things I'm thinking about for my channel in the upcoming year, and kind of like my end of year YouTube, maybe just my thoughts about that. But and also, yeah, and some ideas that I have for like a series maybe coming up. So it's going to be a little bit everything rolled into one. So it is Saturday morning. It's freezing cold here. This morning I am headed to the library to pick up the January book that is being read by Mariandrea's book club. I will provide a link to her video where she talks about it. I believe the book is called The Lost Child Archive. The Lost Children Archive. I will definitely share when I get it. Dusty. He's so bad. He's the escape artist. Until he gets outside and it's like 10 degrees and he's like, oh, okay, no thanks. But yeah, I'm going to go pick that book up to read. And then my daughter's coming over. We don't really have any big plans. So tomorrow I think it's going to be my husband's first like real outing since his diagnosis. I mean, we have gone to a couple restaurants. We have obviously gone to multiple doctor visits, oncology visits, I mean, you name it, acupuncture, dermatology, cardiology. We have been to all of them, but we haven't done anything fun. And he thinks that he's feeling well enough to do a little outing tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, welcome to the vlog. Okay, quickie life update. I bought a new tripod. And if you follow my other videos, you'll know I have the worst luck with tripods. Well, guess what I'm doing with the new tripod? Holding it. Because guess what? It came broken. I don't think I'll ever have a real tripod. I should just make myself one out of like wood, something that's not gonna break. So now I have to take this tripod back. Anyway, quick little, this vlog will just be little snippets here and there of things. So the first thing is I did go to Goodwill, and I do have a little Goodwill book haul for you. And the first book I'm pretty excited about. I got this really great reference book called Herbal Healing. And if you watched Mariandrea's 12 Tags of Christmas, she said that she and I would be great getting stuck on a desert island together because we have so many books for survival. Hey, we can add this to our arsenal. I got this mainly because it has a section on melanoma and I wanted to read it. But I mean, any condition, any herb, this is probably the most detailed book like this that I have ever seen. Let me just find one for headache. So you can see how detailed it is. It talks about headaches and causes them. It has a whole section on beneficial herbs, formulas to make. Oh, hello, Ivan. And then recommendations. It's just, I mean, anything you can think of. Malaria, muscles, myasthenia gravis. Oh, I should read that one. strep throat. So, stomach cancer. Okay, so let me fix this. Another book that I got from the Goodwill that sounded really good is The Postmistress. It's written by Sarah Blake. It is a New York Times bestseller. It is historical fiction. It says in 1940, Iris James is the postmistress in coastal Franklin, Massachusetts. She knows more about the townspeople than she will ever say. Iris believes her job is to deliver secrets. Well, one day she does the unthinkable. She slips a letter into her pocket, reads it, and doesn't deliver it. Meanwhile, Frankie Bard broadcasts from overseas with Edward R. Murrow. Her dispatches beg listeners to pay heed as the Nazi bomb London nightly. Most of the townspeople of Franklin think the war can't touch them, but Iris and Emma and Frankie know better. And so it's the tale of two worlds with two women whose job it is to deliver the news one way or the other. So I thought that sounded good. I did like the cover. That's what caught my eye. I found this book. It's a book by Anna Quindlen called After Annie. It sounds like the Annie that the title is passed away. She dies suddenly. Hello, Huckleberry. Her husband, her children, and her closest friend are left to kind of move forward with their lives. And it says, over the course of the next year, what saves them all is Annie, ever present in their minds, loving but not sentimental, caring but nobody's fool. So she kind of lives in their head. And the lesson they learn is that no one beloved is ever truly gone. So I thought this sounded like a good book. This one was published in, I had never heard of it. Let me see if I can find out when it was published. Is this a signed copy? 2024. I don't know if it's a signed copy or if it, oh yes, duh, signed copy. That's pretty cool. Didn't even notice that when I got it. It's like a brand new book, $3. And then I got another Jennifer Weiner book. I do love her. I love everything she writes pretty much. So this is about a woman. It's called The Breakaway. She's 33. She has great, her life is going good. She's got good friends. She participates in a bike club in Philadelphia. She's at peace with her plus-sized body, and she's on track to marry her childhood sweetheart, where they had met at a weight loss camp. But she can't escape the feeling that something isn't right, or the memories of one mind-blowing night spent with a man named Sebastian 2 years ago. So it sounds like she leads a group bike trip from Niagara Falls to New York City, and without her fiance, and guess who shows up on the bike trip? Sebastian. So we'll see. Those are the books I got at Goodwill. I also took some time to kind of change my office around a little bit. I decluttered. I did a lot of decluttering, and it feels so much better to be in this space. First of all, I was just too much. I was getting overwhelmed. But secondly, this is kind of like a little lifer update. Hang on. So this year, my journal, I decided to go with a sketchbook. It is sewn on the sides, so I'm hoping that has the pages stay together. I opened it up and cracked it and like practice. I'm hoping that it just stays together. I was going to get spiral bound, but I couldn't find any spiral bound that I liked when I went out. See, this is the one I had last year, and you can see that, you know, it just fell literally apart. So I'm going to work on my sketchbook today, and then I will do maybe a separate video and share how I decided to lay out my reading journal. I have been watching other people's reading journals to kind of get an idea. So I was wondering if other people use their journals and you have a video of your journal, link it below because I would love to check it out. So that's what's going on today. I'm headed to the library right now, so that's where I'm going to go after I finish my cup of coffee. It's freezing cold here in New York, and it's very windy. So when I come home from the library, I plan to just hunker down at home. So I'm working on my reading journal, and I think I've come to the conclusion after watching other people's journals, I just don't want a lot in it. Last year when I made my reading journal, I had whole sections where I was writing down like a summary of my favorite book and then printing out the book cover to put in it. And yeah, I realized I just didn't feel like doing that. I guess I am a minimalist. Like, I'm trying to think, what do I actually want to keep track of? I want to keep track of how many books I read. I want to keep track of the genres. I want to keep track of like the stars that I would give the book. I would like to keep track of the reading challenges that I'm going to participate in. And that's about it. Like, I don't need to write the titles down and then have another tracking system to track how many books I read. Some of it is just, I don't need to keep track of my TBRs, to be honest. I put all of that on my phone, so I didn't even look at my TBR list that was in my reading journal this year. So I'm watching other people do these very elaborate journals, and they're so pretty. But I think for my own needs, I mean, that's really all I want to keep track of. I want something to keep me balanced. I don't need to go overboard because I know I won't use it and I will forget about it. And so I'm just going to make mine super simple. Cool. Huckleberry. And I want it bright. Last year's journal was super muted, and I just want something more happy and bright this year. She's such a good kitty. She really is. She's like the most affectionate cat. And of course, where's she gonna lay? right on my journal. Good morning. I did not make it to the library yesterday, but it was just so cold. It really is. So I stayed home, and my daughter came over to visit, and we had a really nice time. But today, my husband and I are off for our first outing. Hope all goes well. Tomorrow, I will get and share the book that I need to pick up from the library for Mariandrea's reading challenge for the year. And I did work on my reading journal. I will share what I've got done later on. Well, it is Monday already. Yesterday, we did get out. We went to the casino. We weren't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to videotape or take photos or anything. There's a big sign on the door. But we won enough money to pay for our brunch, which was really nice. Yeah, it was a nice day. It felt good to get out. Super wintry here today. We have some blood work to do at the library. I have some onboarding for my teaching, and who knows what else. So we'll see what we can get into on this fine Monday morning. Excuse my background. When I actually do this, the kids can't see the tape. It's just like this part. But yeah, this is my little fun background for when I teach. But I wanted to share my new planner. Last year, I did not buy a planner. I made it. My daughter had gotten me a blank dotted book, like a planner book. And I just designed and made my own, which I loved. However, what I usually do is I keep my planner on my kitchen counter, right at the corner where I usually stand, where I have pens and things like that. And then I just keep my notes in my planner right there. And with this book, because it was not spiral bound, it stayed shut. And I realized throughout the year I was less likely to write in it because it stayed shut. And I had to actually open it. The height of laziness, I guess, but it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So, and I wind up writing on a giant wall calendar. But this year, like, all right, I learned my lesson. I know what works for me. So I bought this. I love this brand. It's a Happy Planner. It was on sale. They have them at Michael's, so you can always get them on sale at Michael's. But this one, I thought it was really pretty. It's very, very basic. One year, I got for a present a Happy Planner, but it was a garden planner. And I found there were a lot of unused pages. So I did not want a bunch of unused pages in this planner. So, I mean, you start out with the calendar, and then, let me go to January. So it's just your basic, simple layout. The only difference is that at the end, or at the beginning, I should say, so like this is February, it has a place for priorities, important notes, and place to take notes. Will I ever use this? Probably not. I just wanted a planner, and this is nice and simple. And I really liked the artwork on all of the monthly pages. I thought it was really pretty, but it's spiral. So see, I can sit it on my counter so easily and just leave it sitting open to the day it is, and I can see it right in front of me, and that is what I needed. So I'm going to go through and set up I'm going to set it up for everything I already know so far. And I have a ton of cool stickers to put in it. I've got like all these sticker packs, and they're so nice. This one was really nice. It's monthly, and it came, and it's just got the cutest little stickers. So often I don't use the productivity stickers. Maybe I should. I just use more like decor stickers, but I am setting up my calendar so I can get it downstairs. And then I'm going to work on my reading journal today. So I'll share that later. Well, I'm in the car waiting for my husband to come out of his lab appointment. And then I have to go run over to the door and get him. But I did manage to get, let me turn that down. I went and picked up the book for my challenge from Mariandrea. It's the Lost Children Archive. It sounds really, really good. I have not had a chance to look up how to pronounce her name. Valeria Luiselli, maybe? It's about a road trip that parents took from New York to Arizona with their 2 children to visit the land of the Apaches. and it sounds really good. It's an astonishing feat of literary virtuosity. It's an engaging story of how we document our experiences and how we remember the things that matter the most to us. So I am excited to get started on this book. And then I also finished the book, The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman. I am a big Wiseman fan. I love her books in general. This book, I was so mad when I finished it. I was just irritated. The book basically is about a girl who was kept locked in the attic for about 10 years because she has what her mother considered a deformity. And then the mother sold her to a circus. And this girl led such a tragic life. And you're only rooting for her. And her, just when she seems to have a little bit of happiness, I mean, it was horrible. I'm like, I did not read this book to have such a tragic ending. Plus, just much too graphic of description of some circus animal cruelty that I did not want to read. And yeah, I kept reading it because I thought it would be good. And like, it was good up until the end. And the ending was horrible. I hated it. And I was thoroughly disappointed in how that book ended. It's told between her and this other girl who inherits the house where the main character, Lily, was kept as a child. It's they raise horses, like very famous horses, well off. They're very well off. Yeah, so strong words, I know, about a book. I don't usually, I usually find something redeeming about a book or I stop reading it. And I enjoyed it to a point, but then, like the last quarter of the book, everything just went downhill. So, yeah, I don't recommend it. It was just, you gotta be kidding me. I finished it and I'm like, what? This is how it ends? This? Yeah, so anyway, that was my reading experience today. Good morning. I'm up here in my office. It's one of those days that I'm not a person to ever stay in pajamas, even if I have nowhere to go. I can't stay in pajamas. I really even have a hard time staying in joggers. Just product of my childhood. Always had to be dressed, completely dressed every day, as soon as your eyeballs pop open. My mother is 94, and to this day, you will not walk into her home anytime after 7 a.m. and find her not completely dressed. Hair, makeup, nails, everything done. Jewelry. Yeah, it's a hard habit to break, but I really feel like just staying in my pajamas today. I really do. I got my, comfy little, yeah. We'll see if that happens. But I want to wrap this vlog up, but I started this last night. I'm really enjoying it. I really like the way this author writes. It's very mindful without being fluffy. Like, I don't like fluffy writing, really. I don't like, I pretty much like very straightforward writing. Straightforward sentences, not a ton of description. I don't like a lot of flowery prose. At first I started, I'm like, this is not what I usually read. But I'm really liking it. I started reading late last night. So I only got to page 27, but so far I'm enjoying it a lot. parents are going cross country from New York to Arizona with their 2 children. The dad. The parents have different projects going on, and I won't tell you what they are, but he has different projects going on, and the husband is thinking he's going to move out west and stay for about a year working on a project. The wife is kind of coming to terms with that, at least so far. But yeah, I really like her. Her name is, I'm going to butcher this name. I don't know if it's Valeria or Valeria. She was born in Mexico City, and she grew up in South Korea, South Africa, and India. She had the novels Faces in the Crowd and The Story of My Teeth, and Tell Me How It Ends, an essay and 40 questions. Yeah, very good. I am working on my reading log. So someone asked for a flip through, and I'm like, it's not very flip through worthy. I'm telling you, this is just such a, you know, you see some of the people who do absolutely amazing, intricate book journals. Just, I mean, they are works of art. And I just didn't feel like putting that much time into that. This is a strictly for me, just to keep track of what I'm reading, pure and simple. I probably could have just done a spreadsheet, but I wanted something, I wanted a real book. So I've decided that, for example, well, I did wind up doing the same kind of bookshelf. My key, these are the genres I thought that I would stick to this year: contemporary fiction, historical, YA middle grade, suspense mystery, science fiction, dystopian, and fantasy. And then for nonfiction, health, self-help, spiritual, productivity, memoir, and anything that's pure history. So far, like I said, I finished The Life She Was Given. Yeah, I gave that 2.5 stars, which it kills me to do that. I love Ellen Marie Wiseman, but that ending was just, I was just not happy. But basically what I'm going to do, this is as simple can be. I just have my books. I have the title, the author, the genre, how many stars, and whether it was a physical book or an ebook. I don't do audiobooks, so I put that as a choice last year, but I didn't listen to any books. I don't like listening to people read. And then I have a section for my challenges. So the first challenge is my book. I printed out Ellen's, from Ellen Made Book Club, her diversity book, Bingo. Trimmed it down, and I put the rules over here in case I forgot it. I'll link that video below for you. So you have to get bingo on the bingo board, check out 5 out of 5 diversity rep or your own voices at least once, and check 6 out of 6 continents. So you're supposed to be reading books written by Indigenous people, minority, LGBTQIA+, disability and neurodivergence. And then from the continents, its author and setting: Africa, Asia, South America, North America, Australia, Oceania, and Europe. I don't know. It might be hard, but I think it'll be interesting. And then I have Books and Bocadillas challenge. And this was the more Latina author challenge. So the first book is this, The Lost Children Archive. And then next month is Olga Dies Dreaming. I didn't realize that that was the same author that wrote Una Out of Order. I think it is. I'm most sure it is. I better double check. I was not a fan of Una Out of Order. We'll see if I like Olga Dies Dreaming better. Yeah, and then I do have a space. I still need to write it for my Newbery reader. So those are pretty much probably the only challenges I'm doing. Oh, No, I have Sui's. Sui, I'll link that to Sui's doing a classic challenge, one classic every 2 months, totally doable. So I need to put that down. So those are the things I'm going to keep track of, and I don't know if I'm going to keep track of the 52 book challenge. I might. It was kind of interesting. It got me thinking about books a little bit different. So anyway, that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. I will be coming to you soon with another one and some tags. Also, the next video I think that I'm going to be making is my 2025. What do I want out of this channel? What plans do I have? Things like that. So, happy reading, and I'll see you on the next video.